Now, we have a lot of breaking news tonight right here in this program. In other words, we do have news to break as it relates to Russian collusion. It's been found. I know Robert Mueller cares about taxicab medallions and old income tax reports and loan applications. Maybe Mr. Mueller should take note of what we're reporting tonight, because we have a new report from John Solomon. Follow the bouncing ball. Bruce Orr, the DOJ, closely working with a Putin-linked Russian oligarch for years. And most recently, the FBI tried to squeeze the oligarch for information surrounding Trump-Russia collusion, including a theory that Paul Manafort was leading Trump campaign's collusion efforts. By the way, he'd been into a lawsuit with Paul Manafort, and even he said that's ridiculous, it's absurd. And according to Solomon, the oligarch actually used the word preposterous. Now think about this. This is the same Russian oligarch that the U.S. won't even allow into the country. He met with Bruce Orr. He met with other top officials. You've got to be kidding me. How much more insane does this get? You cannot make this up. We reached out to Orr, the DOJ, the Russian oligarch involved. Of course, we didn't get a response. We're going to have a lot more on all of these issues. All of the key players are joining us tonight. But meanwhile, the biggest cheerleader of Trump-Russia collusion has been caught red-handed yet again, reporting fake news to you, the American people. In July, fake news CNN, they broke a huge bombshell story detailing shocking evidence about Trump's involvement in the now infamous 2016 Trump Tower meeting. We've got the tape to remind you.
Well, Chris, tonight, sources with knowledge tell myself and Carl that Michael Cohen claims that then-candidate Donald Trump knew in advance about the June 2016 meeting in Trump Tower in which Russians were expected to offer his campaign dirt on Hillary Clinton. Crucially, these sources tell us that Cohen is willing to make that assertion to the special counsel, Robert Mueller.
It's very, very significant because the president has denied any foreknowledge of this event, and this meeting goes to the question of intent to collude.
You've been saying for a year that we need to follow the money, follow the lies, and figure out this cover-up. So how did you do it in this case? Talk to us about how you got this reporting.
Well, I talked to sources. Cohen was saying that Donald Trump, the candidate for president of the United States at the time, had authorized the go-ahead for that meeting to take place with his son.
More Humpty Dumpty, CNN fake news. And according to BuzzFeed, one of the unnamed sources in the report was Cohen attorney Lanny Davis. He's now completely backtracking on his claims to fake news CNN. He says that his client, in fact, does not have information of Trump's knowledge of the 2016 Trump Tower meeting. He's saying that CNN's anonymous sources, including himself, we were wrong. And after all, Michael Cohen testified under oath. This is all coming out, that he had no knowledge of Trump's involvement in that meeting or anything else. And we also have a new wrinkle in the story. When CNN published their, quote, bombshell report, they wrote that Lanny Davis declined to comment in an article where he was the primary source. That's fake news at its worst. Now, tonight, CNN is actually laughably standing by that horribly flawed story. Spokesperson even said to us they are confident in their phony reporting. It seems like a perfect story for some members, media reporters at CNN, but I guess they're probably too busy watching this show every night because they can't even watch their fake news network and their own terrible reporting that comes from them every day. Now, the debacle surrounding Lanny Davis is just the latest in a long line of faulty reporting from fake news CNN. 2017, 3 CNN employees resigned after a fake story about our friend Anthony Scaramucci. A few months later, CNN was slammed and publicly embarrassed over a fake report about Donald Trump Jr. And let's never forget CNN's fake reporting over President Trump. Remember when he was with the Japanese prime minister and they were feeding the fish? Now, since the very moment Donald Trump announced his run for office, CNN has been blinded by their hatred. And now, while the network ramps up this crazy rhetoric and faulty reporting to destroy the president, the country's actually improving by leaps and bounds. Stock market breaking new records. We're seeing historic low levels of unemployment in 14 states. African Americans, Hispanic Americans, women in the workforce, youth unemployment, a 52-year low. And now we have more great news that they'll never report. Consumer confidence today closing at an 18-year high. So much more good news to report on the economic front.